All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. I mean, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's go.
That's right. Welcome into Swing It and Ding It, presented by Comcast Business, introducing ultimate speed for business, the fastest internet plans yet from Comcast Business, powering possibilities on this special Swing It and Ding It on the Rocks drone watching edition. Danielle, welcome into Swing It and Ding It.
My God, kind of scary. How many are out there right now?
I don't know. They're all around us, and I'm in South Jersey, and it's the epicenter of the
Have you seen one?
drone phenomenon. I have not yet, but
Yeah, you probably walked outside trying to find one.
no,
I like when
I'm
you
not
said
looking for trouble.
cocktail show. I was like, let's go. We haven't done
special.
a cocktail show in a minute. Let's special edition here.
And
No
unfortunately,
Harry
our head cocktail guy, Harry Mays, is not with us. He is in the Scottsdale area in a feud with Shipstick. So more to come on that.
Can't wait for next week to hear him unleash. That's gonna. I
mean,
said, hey, can we get 5 minutes, Harry? While he was hot, I wanted to get some tonight, but he's having cocktails out.
It was going to be something. It was going to be something with Harry, right? Like Shipsticks was the one that just happened to fall, right? He told me
if it wasn't the flight, it wasn't
quarter zip. Yeah. Something was going to happen to poor Harry. Yeah. He said it was a little chilly smoking his cigar. I said, it gets cool in the desert at night, Harry.
You got to have a piece or two on you. It's cold down here. I know you guys make fun of me for that, but my mom's down here from Pennsylvania, and even she said this morning. So I'm like, see, I got some proof. It was like 67 now, but it was 59 this morning. I know, not too cold for my Philly friends, but for me, it's cold. Yeah, I'm a marshmallow. I'm soft.
I'm at the point where the golf clubs are in from the trunk because it's too cold to stay in the trunk. The golf clubs are in the house. That's how bad it is.
What do you got? What kind of setup you got in the house? You got anything that you can, a little chip in, a little putting green, anything like that?
I have a little putting green in the office, a little perfect putt that kicks the ball back to you, but that's all.
Yeah. Does it get some use?
I have a standalone garage that is going to become, it's like I have an alley behind my house and there's a standalone garage back there, and it's going to become Moose Alley Golf Club. I love that. I'm going to put a simulator in there.
Stop.
Yeah. So those plans are in the work.
Let's go.
Yeah. Got to get it done. Got to get it done. Talking to some folks. So if you're listening to this and you're in the simulator business, we can collaborate. Reach out. Hit us up.
Lorenzo from Sunshine Club.
Make it happen.
We actually auctioned off, or we're going to auction off a sim at NEPA. So maybe you just hold off till next year and then come to our event and bid on that. Hopefully you're the low bidder.
Yeah, we can make that happen. Absolutely. So shocker, Danielle. Scotty Scheffler won. It's like whenever we're recording, Scotty Scheffler is winning. He in an awesome event against the game's best. He gets his 9th win, goes 25 under 263 to tie Bubba's record in 2015 at this course. He wins by 6 against the best players in the world, and he busted out a new putting grip in the middle of all of it.
And what is he, like 13 for 13 putts like that last day? Like everything was just dropping.
It's crazy. He's a full year of player of the year, is 3rd straight, and he just busts out a completely new putting grip. Like,
tinker. These guys
it just shows you how crazy golf is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he wins PGA Tour Player of the Year for the 3rd consecutive season, becoming the first to do it since Tiger Woods from that stretch of 2005, to 2007. So we recap his year like you were just kind of leading into there, Moose. He had 13 top 5 finishes, 17 top 10s in 23 starts, and he set a record for single season earnings at over 21 million. So not too bad of a year for him.
But imagine Xander. He win 2 majors and you're not the player of the year.
Not player of the year. It's like, what else? Just shows you how hard this game is, right?
I think he got like 90% of the vote or whatever it was, which of course he did. right? It's like, but the new putting grip thing just blew my mind.
Yeah.
That just sums up the game of golf to me. The number one player in the world,
Still not
9
right.
wins, well, 8 wins going into it. It's like, nope, still got to tinker with something and change it. It just
Yeah.
is. That just epitomizes what we all go through, but on a crazier level with him.
Yeah, just get, like you said, humanize it a little bit. It's like, all right, if number one is making a change, all of a sudden this new putting grip comes out. It's like, all right, I'm allowed to switch my clubs again, or get my club regripped, or switch my grip, if you will.
Yeah.
Tinker,
Yeah. I
tinker,
think I'm
tinker.
having a little Wi-Fi problem. Mike's right. I think it's the drones. I think they're
It is the draw.
jamming us. They're
It's
jamming
just
the
like it's a
podcast.
couple seconds behind. So, it's like when I talk to my grandmother, she has that phone that, gives you the transcription of what I'm saying. So I have to say a sentence, and then I have to wait a minute and a half for her to read it. And then she responds, and then I forget what I'm talking about. All right. So
That's what you're dealing with right now. So it's all right. You're a professional. You can get through it.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. All right. So yeah.
Yeah. So Scotty does his thing. Tiger's in the news. Anytime Tiger's in the news, it's news. He says he wasn't really going to play, but he's going to play with Charlie. He's got to play with Charlie in that event. Everyone wants to see that.
Father and son duo will compete for the 4th year in a row. What is that next week, right?
21st, 22nd
at the Ritz-Carlton Club in Orlando. So yeah, definitely a fan favorite pairing. And obviously if he didn't play in this, I think we'd have an issue, right? Because he has the cart. He can, drive around in it. It's not like he's, has to walk. So I think if we didn't see Tiger playing in this, we'd all be a little concerned for the future of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's cool because it gives us a little bit between that event. You have the crypto.com showdown, which we'll talk about on the 17th, the match on TNT. So gives us a little bit of a fix, a little golf fix around a slow time after the season officially ends. Not that there's much off season anymore in golf, but some fun events to watch. And
father and son, though, I also love watching Nick and Greg Price. Greg Price with the long hair just doesn't look like a traditional golfer. And just, it's always just fun to see these guys come out because, you have Charlie Woods, who's just enthralled in the game and just can't wait, eat, sleeps, breathes golf. And then you have someone like Greg who dusts the clubs off, 2 weeks before the father and son. It's like, all right, let's get out here and see what we can do.
It's awesome.
So yeah, it should be pretty cool. I enjoy watching that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. We're talking about the match. So I love this because it's typically these have been like 12 holes. This is a full 18 holes, right? So you have Rory teamed up with Scotty against Bryson and Brooks, and they're playing 6-6-6. So best ball, alternate shot, and singles. And I think it's going to be competition. I think they each want to win this thing really bad.
They have to, right?
Yeah.
They have to. I mean, I saw the one at the park last year. I honestly, it's almost like like a playoff game or something. You almost rather be watching from home so you can actually see what's going on.
Right,
there were so many people, and I'm like, I couldn't see much, but it had some star power. But I think just these pairings, it's going to be like you said, they all want to win. It's almost like Live versus PGA Tour. I'm going to watch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Brooks floats a little something out there. There's talks about the merger finally happened. What does that look like? The PIF is going to invest into the PGA Tour, and Brooks says he sees a Ryder Cup style event, which we've all been saying, which would be incredible. I mean, that would be awesome. I don't know how they would do it. I think it should be just top 12 versus top 12 rankings on tour. But if they get to that point, that is what would be great for the game of golf. Because I don't think Live's going away. No matter what happens, like it's going to exist. And I think the only way it's going to work is if guys are going back and forth, and this type of event would be incredible.
It would. It's want to watch, must watch TV, right? I'd watch it, but I need to talk about when we're talking about Bryson and Brooks. I need to see that a lot of people I feel like have come along with Bryson and Brooksy. If we remember that whole thing, the Brooksy, and he didn't like being called that. But yeah, Brooksy came out and said, we all get older, we all mature a little bit. And then you realize, hey, Bryson's a good dude. I think he's severely misunderstood, and I think the world is starting to see who Bryson DeChambeau is, which is cool. I'm the first person to admit it. I was wrong with what my original thoughts were. So that's Brooks on him. And then Bryson came back and said, we had our spats, but when we both went to live, we realized we had quite a few things in common. Like stepbrothers in a sense. We've developed a pretty solid relationship and have good respect for each other now. You think they do karate in the garage?
I think so. Bryson, like, what a turnaround. And there's been some chronicles about it, how he hired a PR firm, and he was not well liked. He was being followed on the course, being called Brooksy. He was like, and now all of a sudden he is the most beloved figure in the game of golf.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy turnaround for him. Good for him. And he's monetizing it. That's for sure.
Oh, and he's brilliant. Literally brilliant. And we're not talking about, his GPA or school, but just in terms of the social media and monetizing that, the, shots over the house. Did you see that little kid, by the way? Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't that great? I love the internet.
Awesome.
Cracks me up.
So good. What are you hearing on the PGA Tour Live, right? It's like you hear stuff and then it disappears, and it's like there's still so much mystery of what's going to happen.
There really is. And actually, haven't heard much in terms of that. Just being in Gardens and so close here, most of the stuff is on TGL as they're underway with a ton of testing right now, trying to make sure that that's all set up. I actually had the opportunity to go and check out the stadium.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to share any photos or videos or anything. Fax even went over the one day. B played around with Rory the other day, but it's insane. The stadium's going to be incredible. I think, what is there, like 1,200 or 2,500 seats, something like that. I think the average ticket price is going to be like $160, but it's insane.
Really?
Like you see, they grow grass outside and bring in slabs of grass for you to hit your tee shots off of. And then there's a green that rotates. So wherever you hit your shot on, it rotates around. So lots of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And they're going, Lucas Glover, I saw on social, was there today on their handle, testing it out. So yeah, if you guys don't follow their handle yet, I'd check it out and just kind of see what they're doing, because they're trending and getting closer and closer. So, we know with the indoor sims and everything else, it's just been trending, and it's getting there. It's getting to that point. So we're going to have, at first I was a little with this model, I'm like, these guys are flying in to play 4 hours of golf one day only, and then they're going to leave. You're telling me this concept is going to stick and be great, but it's I guess there's a roster of 4, but only 3 play a day, and then whatever. So, but that's, you're flying into work for 2 hours, but I talked to some golfers who are like, yeah, that's ideal.
I wonder if with the size of that screen, is it gonna become like TVs where it's you got to keep getting a bigger and bigger sim now, and these sim places are going to be growing the size of their simulators, because it's going to to be like
whatchamacallit in Vegas, the freaking stratosphere or whatever it's called there in
the
Vegas.
Sphere. Yeah,
the Sphere. You're gonna be in there just all over the place.
Yeah, interesting to see. I'm dying to see how it actually works. I'm sure they'll have their it's not going to run as smooth as possible in the beginning, right? People are still have to figure out what it is, but I mean, it's a really cool concept.
Well, I think the hurricane hitting them was the biggest blessing they could have, because but then they went from a dome to an actual huge building. The place it's massive, it's large. So I feel it almost was a blessing in disguise for them to do it correctly. And
so that's just going to be just for that building. It's just going to, that's all they're using it for. I can't
behind a local college here, and you go back there and it's literally just that. And outside there's literally a shed where, like I said, they're growing grass and doing whatever. They have a head groundskeeper there who maintains the course, if you will.
But I wonder if they're going to let other people use it when it's off season, right? There's going to be a lot of time where that thing's just going to be sitting there if it's just for them. Curious to see what else they do with it,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Colleges, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's literally the course set up, and then there's suites, and then it's just bleachers all around. So I don't know. It's not like you could host another event there unless you ripped up the green or something. I don't know. Interesting.
Unless they let people
hadn't
just
thought about
in that type of thing, right? Just in TGL style events, celebrity
for
stuff.
TGL. Yeah,
I'm sure they'll do some celebrity stuff for sure, right?
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, interesting. I hadn't thought about that. It's a good point.
Yeah, be curious to see. The other thing that went on down in your area was the big event that you guys are affiliated with, Golf for Cops. That looked, that looks like an incredible event.
It really is, and just the story of it too. It just gives inspiration for like Brennan and I, like knowing where our tournament started. Even for you and the Mila's Miracles, it's something cool to kind of watch because this started at Tequesta Country Club when we moved down here. I think like 7 years ago or something. And Brandon was like, "Hey, I'm playing in this event, and it raises money for the families of fallen officers or anybody first responders, things of that nature." I'm like, "Okay," and I wasn't involved the first year, and then I went and played golf with the founder of the tournament, and he pulled me in. I got on the committee there and started working with them. I think it was my 6th year or something like that, maybe 7th year with them. So it is a pro-am, and it was at Trump Jupiter this year, and attracted some decent names. I always do the on-course interview. So I posted up on 18, which, if you know Trump Jupiter, it's like there's some water to the right, the green's right here, and then the clubhouse is to the left. Naturally, being Trump's one of his courses, they had bulletproof glass, but what wasn't bulletproof was the lampshades. And we were in, I told our camera guy, I said, for the aesthetics, set up here. I want a side view of the green because it had the American flags all around. I mean, we were just in the danger zone all day long. I think some people were trying to avoid us, just went in the water because they were nervous for us, but took out a lamppost, whatever. But anyway, a lot of great players.
Any room for a swing it and ding it set up down there next year? What do you think?
1,000,000,000%. I will retire I pulled Gabby, my good friend Gabby, in, who's played our event with me, and she helps me with interviews. So I can have her take over that, and we'll do the swing it and ding it pod next year. That'd be amazing. They had a local country guy here do like the after party, but they had Laura Trump as a keynote speaker at the gala the night before. They raised like I think it was like $1.3 million at the end of the day. So as I was saying, like inspiring for us, for you, like for events. I think their first year they made 50,000, next year 100,000, trending in year 7, over $1 million, hosting such a beautiful course like Trump Jupiter. And then some of the players highlighting, obviously, Brandon played, Ben Griffin, Eric Cole, Bob Ford, Ben Taylor. And then you have a lot of the long drive guys. Wes Patterson, friend of the show, is always involved, as well as his wife. So just a really great event. I didn't get a chance. I usually don't to drive around or ride around the course too much because I'm stuck on 18 there interviewing. But Brandon said they actually had something on every single hole. They actually had a company regripping clubs on the one hole. Like, hey, you want your clubs regripped? Like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, does that even set in time? Like, aren't you not supposed to touch on brands? Like super fast setting or whatever gets like 15 minutes. He said like 2 or 3 guys in his group were like, yeah, regrip my clubs. I'm like,
no
what?
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but a bunch of different things. There was an app I came across, so I, connecting with that guy. But yeah, just seeing how many things are constantly in the loop in the game of golf got me a little excited for the PGA show upcoming. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, great event down there. Definitely need to get the whole team down there next year and, check out some of the guys, have them on there, highlight that event. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. And then some of the other young guys, we're talking about final stage.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is when things happen, when moves get made for these fellas.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times Q school and final stage like don't get talked about. A lot of the not casual golf fans, but I mean, I guess general golf fans, if you will, like they just think like, hey, it's golf, and we want to see the Ricky Fowlers, Jordan Spieths, Scotty Schefflers, but they don't pay attention too much to the younger guys like maybe we do or I do. But I know the grind of final stage from the way beginning of trying to get your stage 1, trying to get your desired course. You get the course in the order for first stage anyway of whoever signs up first. So like if you want to play in Florida, if you live in Florida, want to play in Florida at the course 30 minutes away that you played a few times, you have to be on there like first one. If not, you're going to end up in Idaho, or Louisiana or something. So I remember the one year was like, Brandon, his friend Patrick Ross and Cole Wilcox, and we had like 4 or 5 computers, and we're all like, because the system's bogged down. It's like someone trying to get a Scotty Cameron release. The whole system's done, and people are trying to log on and get their ideal location, and half the times you don't end up getting it.
Wow.
Actually, Brad Faxon couldn't even get his location. I think they wanted him to fly out to Hawaii or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, which is wild. But that was for the senior U.S. Open. But anyway, just the grind from first stage, second stage, final stage, all the way through. So this is a really big deal, and I think it's cool and like to follow along. So final stages this week at TPC Sawgrass started today. We're filming or recording our show a little bit later than normal, but currently a field of 171 players compromised through different stages and different locations and various finishes from the PGA Tour. But 171 players, as I said, 91 players advanced from second stage, and the remainder was just kind of all over the place. But Corey Sean, new name, don't know much about him. He came out pretty hot today, firing a 9 under 61. I don't know if I'd ever shoot that in my life.
Jeez.
Maybe
with all that pressure too. Jeez.
And I think there was like a story that he played overseas like a week ago or something and like emceed, and his dad was like, just keep going or something like that. So there's a little story behind it. I probably should have read it, but I wasn't enticed enough to do it. I was like, 961 is the headline. And of course I didn't read the rest. But so the stakes are high with this. So you get PGA Tour membership for 2025 to the top 5 finishers and ties. So, hopefully Corey keeps his head on his shoulders and, can solidify one of those top 5 spots. The players are rotating between Dye Valley and Sawgrass, TPC Sawgrass Country Club for the first 2 rounds. Top half of the field playing their final 2 rounds split between the 2 courses. So a bunch of names, though, to watch. Tyson Alexander, Eric Barnes, Hayden Buckley, Pearson Coody, Lanto Griffin, Matt Neesmith, Philly guy Sean O'Hare, Benny Taylor, Toasty, Carl Yuan, Kyle Westmoreland, Bryson Nimmer, Grant Hirschman. We can go on and on. Hank Lebioda, but it should be pretty cool. So if you guys are as interested as I am, you can watch Saturday on Golf Channel and Sunday as well on Golf Channel. So
sweet.
I'll be watching. Yeah.
How about this story with little ties to Philly? So they're saying that Greg Norman is going to step aside.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to step aside as CEO, and they're saying that the new CEO that's going to be named is none other than Scott O'Neill, former CEO of Harris Blitzer / 76ers. I've met Scott a few times.
Yeah.
That is an interesting move if that happens.
It's like, how did he get in? Like, how do you even get your name, like your hat thrown into that? You know what I mean?
I do not know.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second, huh? I had to reread that one a time or two, but wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Still so much to get ironed out, right? With on both sides.
On all ends, yeah.
Yeah, even with Liv in and of itself. Pretty nuts.
And but I go back and forth with it too. I'm like, okay, I'm nothing's ever gonna happen. I don't want to hear about it. And then I hear a little blip of news like that. I'm like, tell me more. Give me some more.
That's it. Because you just don't know what's going to happen. Like if you had to say like, what will professional golf look like in 5 years? It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Right. Like
question mark.
I don't think it's going to be as is right now. I just don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I have no
Neither
idea.
do I. We shall see.
Yeah. And how about our boy Kiz?
Kiz.
Lead golf analyst, NBC.
That's huge. But I like it. I think it's, I enjoy listening to him, watching him, like him and Smiley and Brad, of course, have, quickly become some of my favorites to listen to. I think they're doing a right job. They're, a great job in identifying like just a different approach, a younger approach, just the style of it. I think Kiz and Smiley are both great. So good for the game.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm wondering, like, is this it for Kiz playing though, overall?
It's kind of like he hung up the hat in a way, because before it's like, you're not going to take a full-time position if you're still flirting with golf, right? Like maybe he plays in some local, like pro members or something. But I would say that my vote is he's probably hanging it up, because I know last year he was like flirting back and forth with it, saying like, oh, I'm playing, and if I miss the cut, then I'm going to go do some coverage or whatever. But when you're committing to a full-time position, I think that's insinuating that maybe you're hanging the hat up, at least for this year, Yeah.
We have to mention our friends over at the Penn Club on Second. Awesome event they had there a couple weeks ago with Sean Brace and the Fox Sports The Gambler crew. Make sure you check them out. New memberships available, new options as it gets cold. Great place to work on the game. Make sure you tell them Swing It and Ding It sent you. we'll have more with the course, of course, when we get back into the season. And I know Harry's going to get out there and test some of the courses that they have on the simulator. So
I can give you my course, of course, not with Harry Mays for the Grant Thornton.
Do it.
Yeah, we can get into the Grant Thornton. Say that 3 times fast. My goodness. But the guys and the gals. But I need to point out that there's nothing like the one that Ted Matthews and I play in, the guys and gal at Emanon, which is no name spelled backwards in Falls, Pennsylvania. So a lot of, a lot of similarities, except they're playing for a $4 million purse and we played for $200 pro shop credit. So
same thing.
Yeah, I was so nervous. It was the first tournament I ever played, and I think I hammered 8 beers on the first. And I don't even drink beer on the first. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. There's like four holes on the one side of the property before we cross over the road and play the rest. And Teddy goes like, "Give me a beer," and I'm like, "They're all gone." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I'm sorry."
So mad.
I was like, "I'm so nervous." I was like, "This is my swing juice." I was like, and we ended up, I think we shot like a 69 and got second place. And I was so pissed that we didn't win. I'm like, "You keep the pro shop credit. I don't even want it. We're first losers. Like, this is stupid." But anyway, all right. That's not about us. Back to the Grant Thornton. Tiburon Golf Club, located in beautiful Naples, right over here, except on the other coast. Greg Norman designed course, known for its challenging layouts and picturesque setting. Yeah, Harry needs to get back. This is not. This is not, like I said, it's my course, of course, with not Harry Mays. But the course features Bermuda grass fairways, strategic bunkering, and water hazards that demand precision and strategy from players. I will not be getting into the different holes or bunkering or anything else. That's it. That's the best I have.
Defending champs, Lydia Ko, Jason Day.
Yeah, J-Day and Lydia Ko back again. I think it was Ricky and Lexi. And then, am I making stuff up in my head? Or did I see that Nelly was supposed to be with Tony Finau and now she's with Berger? Is that correct?
Hang on, let me pull up the latest. I thought she was too.
I swear, like I said, unless I'm like delusional, I swear I saw an update, like a picture of her with Berger, and I'm like,
it is. Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I think he has an injury situation. Everyone thought he was pulling out of events because he was joining Live, but I think he has an injury situation.
Or he owes somebody money, like Harry was saying.
Yeah. But no, Berger. How about Daniel Berger getting the bump up?
Right? Yeah. I was like, wait a second, you go from Tony to Berger, but okay. Yeah, so I saw that, but like I said, I was like, I haven't been sleeping. I'm like, did I make that up in my head, or is that happening?
Yeah, I didn't see why it happened, but you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then Rose Zhang and Sahith.
Oh, Tony Finau withdraws. Withdrawn knee injury. Citing a knee injury for missing the event, which he had said. He posted, "I'm disappointed to have to withdraw as I continue to recover from my knee injury. Playing with Nelly in 2023 was one of the highlights of my career. I look forward to cheering her on this week."
Yeah, because she played with Denny 2 years ago and then played with Tony last year, and now she's got Daniel Berger. So
yeah,
let's see. Let's see if those two can take out Lydia Ko and J-Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it'll be good to recap that when Harry's back next week.
Can we tease Harry's struggles
and recap Harry's trip? I can't wait to hear all the good and the bad.
Oh yeah. Good, bad, ugly, everything in between.
Can't be that bad when you're in Scottsdale.
Can't be bad when you're on a golf trip, you know, and you're getting out of, drone infested Philly, Jersey.
It's not good. It's not good at all. We'll keep everyone who's not in New Jersey up to date with what's going on out here. But
Drone Gate 2024.
We'll see what happens. And we'll be back with Harry next week. Looking forward to getting him back and hearing firsthand what's going on. And we'll recap a lot of the fun stuff in the game of golf that's happening, like the match and other things. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next
soon.
week.
See ya.